The world was never designed for the trusting. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote in chapter 18 of The Prince, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are." That was over 500 years ago. The methods have only become quieter, more refined, more patient. Right now, as these words reach you, someone in your life is likely exercising control over your thoughts, your choices, your emotions, without ever raising their voice or showing their hand. They do it with calm words, calculated silences, gentle suggestions, intermittent kindness. They make you doubt yourself so thoroughly that you hand over power willingly, believing it was your idea all along. This is not paranoia. This is the raw mechanics of human nature exposed. Tonight we dissect 9 hidden signs that you are being subtly manipulated right now. Signs so insidious that most people live under them for years, decades even, without ever naming what is happening. We will go deep, layer by layer. Philosophy, psychology, real examples from love, work, family, friendships, and for those with the stomach for it, the exact ways to sever the strings and reclaim what is yours. Stay with me until the end. Sign number 9 is the quietest and the deadliest, the one that turns influence into permanent ownership if you ignore it. Breathe slowly. Let the words sink in. If any of this already feels familiar in your gut, pay attention. Sign 1. The praise that only arrives when they need something from you. It is intermittent reinforcement, the same principle that makes people addicted to gambling machines. One moment you are flooded with admiration. You are brilliant. You are irreplaceable. No one understands them like you do. Your insight is on another level. The words feel almost spiritual, perfectly timed to hit your deepest need for validation. Your nervous system lights up. Dopamine floods in. You feel seen, chosen, elevated above the ordinary. Then comes the request, soft, reasonable, urgent. A favor, money, silence about something questionable, extra effort on their behalf, forgiveness for a repeated hurt. You give it. The praise vanishes like smoke. You return to being ordinary, flawed, needy, invisible, or worse, subtly criticized for small things. The cycle repeats. The next wave of warmth arrives exactly when they need compliance again. Machiavelli teaches in chapter 21 that a prince must appear merciful, faithful, humane, religious, upright, whenever it serves. They appear generous with worship. You become the supplier of their needs. Think of the romantic partner who only calls you perfect right after a fight, right before asking to borrow from your savings once more. Or the boss who praises your unique genius in a meeting, only to dump their unfinished work on you afterward. Or the family member who tells you that you are the only one who truly understands them, right before guilting you into yet another draining obligation. Or the friend who gushes about your unmatched loyalty after disappearing for weeks, then immediately asks for a large favor. Or the acquaintance in your circle who compliments your energy and vibe only when they need an introduction, promotion, or favor. Schopenhauer saw flattery as bait for the will, feeding just enough approval to keep you tethered to their agenda. Nietzsche would call it a form of slave morality disguise, as admiration, turning your strength into service for the weak. The brutal truth: this praise is not love. It is not respect. It is currency paid in advance for your autonomy. To break free, start a silent mental ledger. Note the date and time when the flood of compliments begins. Watch what request follows within the next 24 to 72 hours. Build an emotional firewall. Accept the words politely. Thank you, but do not let them enter your core value. Treat them like a weather report. Interesting, but not defining. When the surge starts, ask yourself quietly, what are they buying with this today? Test the cycle. The next time a small ask comes after praise, refuse calmly and observe. Watch how quickly the warmth evaporates. The pattern will confirm itself. Over time, reduce your exposure to these intermittent reinforcers. Starve the mechanism. Your power returns the instant their approval loses the ability to move your nervous system. Sign 2. You find yourself apologizing for having boundaries, for stating facts, for simply existing as a separate person with needs. You set a reasonable limit. I cannot do that tonight. I am exhausted. Their response is soft pain, a sigh, wounded eyes. I guess I am always asking too much. Suddenly you are explaining yourself, softening your stance, saying sorry, I did not mean to make you feel that way. You did not attack. You did not insult. Yet guilt surges through you like it is your own emotion. You absorb their discomfort and police yourself so they never have to face their own behavior. This is guilt projection combined with negative reinforcement. They project their entitlement or shame onto you. You carry it to stop the pain. The loop strengthens each time. Jung described this as shadow projection. They disown their aggression or selfishness and place it in your hands. You end up carrying their shadow. Machiavelli warns in chapter 15 that a man who wishes to profess goodness at all times will come to ruin among so many who are not good. Blind kindness without discrimination invites exploitation. Consider the partner who turns every no from you into evidence that you are cold or uncaring. The boss who makes declining overtime feel like a personal betrayal of the entire team. The sibling who guilts you for not visiting enough, even when your own life is in burnout. The friend who weaponizes after everything I have done for you, whenever you enforce a limit. Even online groups that shame boundary setting as toxic or selfish. The core truth. Chronic apology is voluntary disarmament. It signals to the world that your frame is bendable while theirs is sacred. To reclaim it, create a pre-pause ritual. Before the word sorry leaves your mouth, inhale deeply. Ask yourself, did I violate my own code or only theirs? Redirect neutrally. I hear that you are hurt. This boundary still stands. Offer no further justification. Use silence as a weapon. Let their discomfort hang in the air. Do not rush to fill it. Keep a weekly journal audit. Who triggers the most apologies from you? The pattern will emerge quickly. Apply a stoic reframe from Epictetus. It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Their pain is their judgment, not your debt. Test escalation. Enforce the same boundary twice in a row. If pushback intensifies dramatically, create distance. Protect your sovereignty. You stop apologizing for your existence the moment you remember that your life is not a perpetual negotiation.
To strengthen your mind further, combine these steps with small daily rituals. Try journaling for 5 minutes a day to process thoughts, meditate to increase clarity, or take cold showers to train your tolerance for discomfort. Mental strength isn't about avoiding pain, it's about facing it consistently, learning from it, and growing stronger every single day. Your mind is your most powerful asset. Stop these 5 habits today, and start building clarity, focus, and resilience. Small daily changes create unstoppable minds. Remember, mental strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you grow. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more psychology and mindset tips, and share this video with someone who needs to strengthen their mind. Every habit you change today shapes the person you become tomorrow.
Machiavelli despised it. A prince should avoid flatterers and gossips, for they poison the court. In his world, gossip led to executions. Today, it leads to exclusion. From inner circles, promotions, true alliances. Example in social circles. You're at a party, trashing an absent friend. Group chuckles. But later, they distance themselves. Why invite a snake? In business, you gossip about a rival's flop to impress the boss. Boss nods, but promotes someone silent. Someone who collects info, doesn't spill it. Historical echo, Cleopatra. She didn't gossip. She listened. Kings and emperors confided in her, building her empire on their secrets. Gossipers. They ended up as footnotes, disrespected and forgotten. Ruthless fix. Step 1. Shut your mouth. When tempted, bite your tongue, literally if needed. Step 2. Become the vault. Let others gossip to you. Not. Say nothing. Collect the ammo. Step 3. Use it strategically. Not to bond, but to leverage. When the time comes, a subtle hint. I heard something interesting. Shifts power without marking you as the source. Master this, and respect floods in. You're no longer noise, you're the signal. The one everyone confides in, fears betraying. Silent power. Killer truth 3. You say yes, too quickly. Yes. That word slips out like reflex. Can you help? Yes. Got time? Yes. One more favor? Yes. You think it makes you likable, reliable. It makes you forgettable. Quick yes signal low value. Dark psychology. People respect scarcity. If you're always available, you're cheap. Easy. Not worth pursuing. High-status individuals guard their time like fortresses, making others earn access. Your instant yes? It opens the gates wide, inviting exploitation. Respect drains away as they see you as a tool, not a force. Machiavelli despised it. A prince should avoid flatterers and gossips, for they poison the court. In his world, gossip led to executions. Today, it leads to exclusion. From inner circles, promotions, true alliances. Example in social circles. You're at a party, trashing an absent friend. Group chuckles. But later, they distance themselves. Why invite a snake? In business, you gossip about a rival's flop to impress the boss. Boss nods, but promotes someone silent. Someone who collects info, doesn't spill it. Historical echo. Cleopatra. She didn't gossip. She listened. Kings and emperors confided in her, building her empire on their secrets. Gossipers. They ended up as footnotes, disrespected and forgotten. Ruthless fix. Step 1. Shut your mouth. When tempted, bite your tongue, literally if needed. Step 2. Become the vault. Let others gossip to you. Not. Say nothing. Collect the ammo. Step 3. Use it strategically. Not to bond, but to leverage. When the time comes, a subtle hint. I heard something interesting. Shifts power without marking you as the source. Master this, and respect floods in. You're no longer noise, you're the signal. The one everyone confides in, fears betraying. Silent power. Killer truth 3. You say yes, too quickly. Yes. That word slips out like reflex. Can you help? Yes. Got time? Yes. One more favor? Yes. You think it makes you likable, reliable. It makes you forgettable. Quick yes signal low value. Dark psychology. People respect scarcity. If you're always available, you're cheap. Easy. Not worth pursuing. High-status individuals guard their time like fortresses, making others earn access. Your instant yes? It opens the gates wide, inviting exploitation. Respect drains away as they see you as a tool, not a force.
The business associate who assures the big payout is coming next quarter to keep you working unpaid overtime for 18 months. The mechanism is cruelly efficient. By anchoring you to a fantasy future, they neutralize your present grievances. You tolerate today's pain because tomorrow's reward feels imminent. Tomorrow never comes. Or when it does, the goalposts have moved again. The dark truth. Promises without corresponding action are not delayed integrity. They are emotional credit cards with no limit. And you are the one paying the interest in lost years, lost energy, lost dignity. To dismantle it, adopt a behavior-only policy. Words are free. Judge exclusively by repeated actions over time. Assign internal expiration dates to every promise. When the date passes without delivery, withdraw emotional and practical investment. No discussion required. Practice verbal minimalism. When they begin painting the next beautiful tomorrow, respond neutrally. I'll believe it when I see it, and change the subject. Keep a promise ledger. Date promised, date due, outcome delivered or not. Review monthly. Patterns become undeniable. Apply a Nietzschean test. Does this hope strengthen your will to power or weaken it? If it weakens you, starve it. When the cycle becomes visible, Reduce contact proportionally to the gap between promise and reality. You are not obligated to wait for people to become who they claim they will become.
Machiavelli. It is better to be feared than loved. But also, a wise prince knows when to say no, for it commands more than endless yes. Example, relationships. Partner asks for endless favors. You yes every time. Soon, they demand, not ask. Respect? Zero. Work. Team dumps tasks on you. You accept. Promotions go to the one who says, not now, priorities. Historical, Winston Churchill. He said no to appeasement, earning eternal respect. Yes men, buried in history's dust. Fix. Step 1, pause before yes. Count to 5. Step 2, default to no. No, I'm focused elsewhere. No apology. Step 3, make them pitch. Why me? What's in it? Turn yes into a negotiation. Suddenly, your time is gold. Respect follows. Killer truth 4. You lend without reclaiming. That book, that tool, that money, you lend it freely, thinking generosity builds respect. Then you forget to ask back. Or wave it off. Keep it. Mistake. Massive leak. Lending without reclaiming teaches. Your stuff isn't valuable. Neither are you. Dark psychology. Boundaries define status. Loose ones invite violation. People test. Borrow, delay return, see if you notice. When you don't, respect plummets. You're the pushover. Machiavelli. Men forget more easily the death of their father than the loss of their patrimony. Protect what's yours fiercely. Example, friend borrows cash, forgets. You let it slide. Next, bigger asks, zero payback. Work, colleague takes credit for your idea. You say nothing. Respect gone. Historical, Roman emperors lent armies, then demanded return with interest, loyalty. Defaulters? Conquered. Fix. Step 1, lend sparingly. Step 2, set deadlines. Back by Friday. Step 3, enforce. No return. Confront coldly. Where's my item? Ghost if needed. Reclaim power. Respect rebuilds.
Indentured. Reclamation steps. Acknowledge the emotion without absorbing it. I see you're in pain. We are still addressing the behavior. Do not rescue. Let the discomfort sit on their side of the table. Refuse to pivot. When they collapse, gently but firmly redirect. This conversation is about what happened last week, not about your past. Set consequence boundaries in advance. If this pattern continues, I will need space to protect my own peace. Then enforce without debate. Audit your empathy. Ask yourself, am I comforting them more than they ever comfort me? Imbalance is exploitation. Apply stoic indifference to crocodile tears. Their emotional display is theater unless matched by changed action. When the victim script activates repeatedly, reduce investment. Empathy without reciprocity becomes self-harm. Sign 6. They slowly isolate you, always under the guise of care, understanding, or superior insight. Subtle suggestions accumulate. Your friends don't really get you the way I do. Your family is too judgmental. They stress you out. Those people are holding you back from your potential. You don't need anyone else. We have each other. Over months or years, your circle shrinks. Fewer voices offering perspective. Fewer reality checks. Fewer allies to turn to when doubt creeps in. You become increasingly dependent on their narrative. This is classic siege warfare applied to relationships. Starve the fortress of external supply lines until surrender is inevitable. Examples. The partner who criticizes your closest friend until you stop mentioning them. Then your family until visits become rare. Then your hobbies until free time is only US time. The controlling friend who frames every other person in your life as toxic or draining, leaving you socially isolated except for them. The family member who creates an us versus them dynamic against extended relatives, making loyalty to the manipulator the only acceptable path. The workplace clique leader who subtly undermines your other colleagues so you rely solely on their approval and information. The truth, isolation is control made efficient. Remove competing voices and their version of reality becomes the only one left standing. Countermeasures. Force external input deliberately. Share key events with trusted outsiders, even anonymously if needed. Reconnect proactively with pruned relationships. Do not let guilt or concern narratives prevent it. When someone attacks your circle without concrete evidence, treat it as a red flag and increase transparency with those people instead. Maintain a personal counsel. At least 3 independent people you can consult when confusion arises. Apply the Machiavelli test. Who benefits if my world becomes smaller? The answer usually points to the manipulator. If isolation tactics intensify, name it directly once. I notice you often speak negatively about people close to me. Then observe reaction without defending. Protect your network as fiercely as you protect your mind. Final reclamation ritual. Tonight or tomorrow, sit quietly. List the 5 people who take up most mental space. For each, rate your energy level immediately before contact, 1 to 10, and immediately after, 1 to 10. Who consistently lowers it by more than 2 points? Who leaves you feeling expanded versus contracted? Ask the hardest questions. Who benefits most when I doubt myself? Who loses power the day I fully trust my own perception? Who fears the version of me that stops explaining, apologizing, chasing, and shrinking? Honor that somatic signal. It is not weakness. It is ancestral wisdom. Ignore it long enough and manipulation becomes your default reality. Listen to it consistently and you become ungovernable. These 9 signs are not random flaws in flawed people. They are deliberate, time-tested instruments of control, forged in palaces, boardrooms, bedrooms, and family homes across centuries. Machiavelli observed them. Nietzsche dissected their psychology. Jung warned of the shadows they cast. Your body has always known. Awareness is not the end of kindness. It is the beginning of discernment. The ruthless do not waste energy manipulating the fully awake. They avoid them. Or, if wise, they respect them. Tonight, choose. Stay asleep in the comfortable illusion. Or wake up, cut the strings, and step into sovereignty. Think colder. See sharper. Live untouchable. Stay coded.